Welcome, Jerome Hendricks. Now, I'm actually a little bit nervous because this is Rawson Properties Grassy Park's first podcast. We've never done this before, the podcast that is, but we're going to try this. And the reason I think that Rawson Properties Grassy Park, this franchise, needs to put together a podcast regularly is because I feel that there is a market out there, especially in our community, that needs to be educated by people like yourself, who's been doing this for years, who is regarded as a consummate professional in his industry. So welcome to the audience, to Rawson Properties Grassy Park's RPGPTV's first podcast, official podcast, where we talk everything property related, everything real estate, and try to educate the people as best as we can. But in saying that, we also want the audience to comment, to reach out to us, to get hold of us, and ask us what sort of topics, real estate related, they want us to sort of plan, research, share our experiences, and discuss on these shows. Jerome, I think where we have to start, I mean, if I go back to my first property purchase many years ago, not too long ago, but it was a daunting experience. Yep. I didn't know what to do, where to go. Whatever the expert said, I believed and I followed. But thereafter, when I look back on that journey, there are quite a few things that if I had known, I could have either saved a buck or made a smarter decision. Take us through that process of when you're a first-time home buyer searching for a property. What does that entail?
Well, first of all, I think thanks for the invite and the welcome. Mm-hmm. I think this is way overdue, and looking forward to the discussions that we're going to have. Interesting question you asked. So, what's the first things you do when you want to sell a house? Two important parts. I think the one is make certain that you're with a trusted brand, a trusted agent that is experienced in the industry. And there are a few clinical things I think you should go through. Make sure they got an FFC. They belong to the PPRA. They govern the regulations of the industry. Make certain that so somebody belonging to the PPRA with the FFC is either an intern or a qualified person. See where they stand. Yeah. Make certain they understand your neighborhood. Get an idea of the years of experience, and I think understand what you are looking for in an agent. So they must resonate with you. You must make some connection. A lot of people think, and a lot of agents actually use the analogy that this is a sales environment. It's actually not a sales environment. It's not a production line. It's a client experience line. I agree. So we're looking to understand what the seller wants to achieve and working towards those needs instead of just putting a house on the market and selling it for a price. Yeah. So I think the interaction between the two is very important. Yeah. Make certain you're dealing with somebody that you can trust.
So the buyer of that property potentially that the seller is trying to sell with the help of the agent, they're making contact with the agent for the very first time via property portals or social media, or they're phoning directly into the branch. They're going to be shown the property by the agent. Now, you hit the nail on the head there. A lot of buyers, and this is off the back of my experience initially too, will think, okay, this person just wants to sell me the property. That's all they have in mind. But if I look back, you're quite right. I didn't really feel that experience, that genuine customer experience that I should have felt. I mean, it's my first time. I should have been, wrapped in cotton wool potentially. Yeah. How does the buyer know for certain that the agent's got their best interest at heart too?
So I think for both the buyer and the seller, the interaction doesn't start and stop with bringing you to the property and signing an OTP. It's actually a longer journey than that. Okay, so putting the house on the market, understanding the cost implications, understanding the partners that are involved, both from an attorney point of view, from a compliance point of view, understanding the whole journey. It's a 3-4 month journey. Yeah. Okay. Putting a house on we put houses on the market regularly and sell them within 3 days. Your job doesn't stop after 3 days. It actually starts then.
Wow.
So you got to take them by their hand. You got to walk with them through to the attorneys. Some of them are first-time home buyers. They are requiring a FLISP, which is a government subsidy. It's another topic we can go through at another time, and understand what implications that have and how they can benefit from that. And then going through the process of rates clearances and all the rest of it. So it is not something that you do and get a OTP signed, get a sale under your name and walk away. You actually got to take that all the way through. I always tell clients, we're here until we carry your box into your home and bring your possessions into your new home and welcome you.
Beautiful.
We're there all the way.
Yeah. And the seller, a lot of the times, and again, sorry that I keep going back to my experiences, because I've also sold a property before. I used to message the agent, listen, I don't see my property on socials. Are you doing enough? What are you doing? What happens in terms of marketing that property?
So you got it right up front in your mandate stage. When you're sitting with the agent as a seller, you got to understand his marketing plan. What's his marketing strategy? How does that fit in with your lifestyle? Because it's a partnership you go into. It's not the agent taking your property and selling it for you. You go into partnership with one another. And you agree upon a strategy that works for the two of you. Time periods to view, socials you want it on, the type of crowd you want, the open houses you're going to have, the show houses you have. And all of that contributes to a well-poised house once you put it on the market. And it's a partnership. So you both need to be very aware. Communication is key. There's got to be regular communication, at least once a week, if not more. Updating you on activity on the portals, what's happening, how many people are interested, how many have called, what are their views, are we placed right, is our price positioned properly, have the comments of viewers, what have they said about the property when they've come through, what do they like, what don't they like, what can we improve on, and all of those things contribute to you giving a product that the buyer feels proud to want. And the aim of it is to be in that loop all the way. You can't leave that to the agent and say, what's happening, I'm out of the loop.
Absolutely.
It's a partnership.
So I was wrong in judging the agent like that. What are they doing with my property?
Well, I think right in the beginning stages, the two of you should have formed a bit of an agreement as to how you want this to go, what the expectation is, and once set up front, it's easier to manage.
Because I was working as well during the week. So a viewing couldn't just be scheduled any time during that week. It had to be scheduled potentially in the evening. And then I'm tired, and the house probably isn't in the state that you want it to be. So it would then be it would have to be weekends only. But weekends I want to relax and chill. So how do we navigate around that?
Yeah, and that's a good point, because I think there's a lot of sellers, they want it sold, but they want to stand on the outside and not really contribute to making it happen. So we got to find some medium ground with what works for you. Is a Tuesday not a good day because it's training or whatever? We do it on a Wednesday and we do it on a Saturday. So you got to get the kind of balance between the two.
Now I'm going to touch on a touchy subject potentially, but I'm gonna bring it up even in this first podcast. I'm not even going to give us time to phase it in. Some sellers will say, "Well, I'm paying you commission, so you should be doing all the work." I hear what they're saying, but then again, to your points, which are so valid, it has to be a partnership. So yes, there's the commission that I'm getting. So yes, you expected the agent is expected to do everything, but we still need the help of the seller.
And I think it's not only the help. We need the blessing and the participation in the sense that we're going in the right way of putting this house on the market. So yes, the commission is something that I don't necessarily like talking about in the sense of that's the reason why we do it or how we do it. That is a benefit that comes after it's done. And I think that is measured as to the service you deliver. So the service is very, very important. For me, it's the critical part that makes a happy buyer and a happy seller find a home that works for the two of them. The low commission doesn't get a house over the line. It might allow you to feel that you're getting more profit, but you're not getting the right viewers coming because the energy that was put into that is not the same.
Yeah, it could be that, I mean, if some agents charging very low commissions, you might think as a seller you're getting a good deal, but how much effort is that agent putting into it?
And what pool of viewers is he bringing to your property with what budget that is restricting what you could have gotten?
Jerome, you said something very profound in the early stages of us starting this franchise. Neighbors in and around the area of people wanting to sell their property should also have a hand in
100%.
potentially choosing which neighbor comes into the community. And so you're so right, your point about, low commission, what is the type of people that they are attracting to that home? So, that neighborhood could change potentially by the caliber.
And I think we found a lot of our sellers have been in our neighborhoods for a long time. They know their neighbors well, and neighbors are sometimes upset that they're leaving and feel like they've been, left behind. And we try and include them in the process instead of leaving them out of it. So we say to them, your neighbor is leaving. How would you like to choose your new neighbor that's coming? You know what the area is like. You know the people that have been in the area. You know things better than some of us do. So be part of that process, and we invite them. If you know friends, if you know family, if you know others that are interested, bring them to us and we'll include them.
Because if you're a really good estate agent, you know that you're not just finding a buyer for that seller's property. You're helping reshape an entire community.
100%.
Yeah. Right, so now let's close off with this. What do we need to look out for a really good estate agent? I mean, you've been doing this now for how long?
8 years.
8 years. That's a long time. So you, in your time as an estate agent, has gained loads of experience through, I'm sure, mistakes.
Yep.
And successes. So if someone is in the market for a home, when they're choosing an estate agent or a brand, what must they be looking out for?
Yeah, I think it's important that they, number one, resonate with you, that they're visible, that they're in your neighborhood, they understand. And I think we speak about trusted brands. The Rawson brand speaks about a neighborhood expert. And for me, I was taught by the founder of Rawson that said, a neighborhood expert is not somebody that knows directions. He knows where logistics are. He knows when the squirrels run in the trees. He knows when the sun sets on that particular angle, you're going to get this happening in your backyard. And that's the best time to go. And you only get that if you're from that neighborhood and you understand that neighborhood. And I think it's important that your agent is not somebody that has the most sales, but understands what you're selling and how to get the best out of it. And also, it's not the property you're only selling. We need to understand what you've produced in that home, what you've done, and we want to package that to somebody coming there. Yeah. So I think it's a lot more than just a FFC.
Yes.
It's a lot more than just a qualified title. It's a type of persona that understands the situation you're in. Every seller is different. Some people are buying a bigger home because their family's grown. Some people are selling a home because there was a divorce or there was a estate late, somebody passed on. Every situation is different. So you need to adapt to the situation, not just the home. The house is something you sell, but there's a lot more going on than just that.
Yeah.
And some people needs to make an urgent sale in 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Others are not pressed for time. There's other drivers at play. And I think a good estate agent understands you and your situation first. He doesn't talk commission.
Yes.
He doesn't talk, he understands you. And then he plots a way forward of how best to facilitate what you have to get you the best benefit. And then we can talk about commission and where he comes in.
Yeah.
But that's the last part of it.
Absolutely. Jerome, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I said at the onset that I'm feeling nervous about this because it's our first one, but now I'm excited for the next one because I know that there are nuggets in this little conversation that someone out there watching this is going to use to make a more informed decision.
Super. I think, like you say, you start at unsure and not certain how to structure things, but once they're all inside of us.
Yeah.
Once we put them out on the table, there's so much to learn. Yeah. There's so much to share.
Yes.
And we can't wait to do more of these.
Jerome Hendricks, from Rawson Properties, Grassy Park, the Yellow Machine as they are known.
Can't wait. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our first podcast. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in. This is RPGPTV, the Yellow Machine as we are known at Rawson Properties, Grassy Park. If there is any topic, real estate or property related, that you want us to discuss in any of our upcoming podcasts, please reach out to us. You can find us on our social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok even. We're there. Thank you. I'm Clint Krausner, tuning out. Rawson Properties, Grassy Park, also known as the Yellow Machine. Take care.